Hello everybody, and thank you so much for clicking on this video today. This is my first video ever, like on YouTube or on this channel or whatever. So I'm pretty excited, and so I want to do a little bit of explaining on what's going to be going on, going to happen on this channel hopefully, and then we want to get right into the first video. So first of all, my name is Caleb, and then on this channel we're going to be doing pretty much everything outdoors. So hunting, fishing, camping, and trapping. And so if you like those four things, or just being in the outdoors in general, hiking or whatever, please hit the subscribe button, and let's get right into the first video. Today we have a bunch of traps that I pulled from another woods that I was trapping in, and so they have a bunch of dirt on them, and so we have to power wash them. And then I have some new sets that I want to try. And so we're going to take them into a different woods and that I haven't trapped yet this year. And then we're going to set them, and so hopefully we can catch something. So we have a bunch of traps here. These are all my traps from the other woods that I used. There's like 24 dog proofs, I think. I don't know, you probably can't see very well. It's one of those. And then I have the big number 3 Duke traps. These are my Coyote / Fox. They're mostly Coyote, but like obviously it'll still hold Fox or whatever. And then I have these. These are like number 1.5s. They can hold Fox, but like they don't really hold Coyote, because the Coyote will just break the trap pretty much because they're so much bigger. And so like I don't know if I want to set them or not, because like it can hold Fox, and if I set it for Fox, then I can get so many more traps out. But then if I happen to catch a coyote or something, then the coyote will probably ruin my trap. So I don't know, but we could also get so many more sets out. But I don't know, I guess we'll find out. First we got to take all these traps and power wash them and get them ready to set again. So now I'm gonna take all of these traps, I'm just gonna spread them out along this area. I don't put them on the rock because I've used the high pressure washer to like spray on the rock, then it washes all the rock away. And so the wind is probably super bad, but so I just set them all out, and then I can spray them on this rubber mat, and they won't wash away all the stones or whatever. Well, I didn't show you guys all the power washing or whatever, because like I didn't want to bore you guys with all that, me just power washing traps or whatever. But so it's getting kind of dark, as you guys can probably tell. So hopefully tomorrow we can go out and set all these traps, probably try out some new sets that I haven't really tried yet. And yeah, well, it is the next day, as you guys can probably tell. It is a lot better day, like it's nice and sunny out here. And so basically what we have today is we have all of our traps right here. These are all of our traps that we're going to be setting. There, I think there's seven. I have a couple more, but those are dirty from the other woods that we're trapping in. They just call animals. So like once I catch something in a trap, then I don't want to reuse it until I clean it or like re-dip it or whatever, so it doesn't have the smell on it. So I'm only using the ones that didn't catch anything in the other woods. And so basically here is my trap basket. I have salmon oil. It's from Fleming Traps. Like I use that mostly just for coon in my dog proofs or whatever. I have used it on like some different sets for fox and coyote, but not really. Then I have red fox urine, and then I have also coyote urine. And then in here I have this is called, you can't really read it anymore, but It's called Vixen Elixir. It's from Hoosier Trapper Supply. And then on over here we have a pocket where I have some long distance. It has a lot of skunk in it, and it's also really like skunk, so you don't really want to get it on your hands or it'll smell like that for the rest of the day. And then in the other two pockets I have a couple more lures that I'm going to use for a different set. That's a muskrat lure right there, but I'm going to use it for a one of the coyote sets that I'm going to make today. And then obviously I have all my stakes, and then I have a shovel for one of my sets that I'm going to make. And then in here I have this is a shovel that I use for my dirt hole sets. And then I have a knee pad. And then some people have like a big sod buster hammer where they like that's like 2 or 3 pounds, and I was thinking about getting one of those, but then like I didn't want to carry such a heavy hammer around in my basket because it's so heavy the way it is, so I just use a normal hammer. And then I obviously have my sifter, and then back here I have my bait for my dirt holes. It's Top Dog Predator bait. It's from Hoosier Trapper Supply. And then obviously my gloves to set my traps. And then I have also pan covers. Some people use square ones. I'll show you guys once we get back there with the different type of pan covers you can use. But yeah, so let's get back to the woods and let's get some trap sets. Okay, wow, we made it back to the I think we're gonna make a trap somewhere around here, or make a set. And we don't need the shovel for this set, but the new set that I'm gonna try, we're gonna need the shovel. I think that set's gonna be pretty dope. But yeah, I think we're gonna make a set. There's a trail right behind the camera of where I've seen canines and tracks and whatever. There's a lot of signs, so we're gonna set there and then we're gonna move on. So I'll show you guys what's going on with setting and stuff like that. Hopefully the camera isn't like too bad. I'm gonna try to like show you guys what's going on. So basically today, right here, we're just gonna make a normal dirt hole set. I don't know if you guys have watched any other trapping videos or not, but I'll show you guys what's going on. But basically this is just like probably the most common set used for any trapping, and there's obviously different variations to different trappers, depends on whatever they prefer or whatever they're used to. But yeah, so I'll show you the main gist of it, or whatever's going on. Okay, I usually dig actually I should get my gloves on first. So let me get these gloves on. Okay, so my trowel is getting a little loose. I should probably just tighten up these screws a little bit, but the dirt's pretty soft, so I think it'll work. You want the hole pretty deep. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna use this grass kind of as my backing or whatever, so like they come from this area and come towards here. So I'm gonna make a dirt hole. You want it actually as deep as probably almost as possible. I actually usually dump all my dirt onto my sifter right away. So you want the dirt hole as deep as possible. You want it pretty deep down into the dirt. And if the dirt's frozen, sometimes you just can't. Dang, the wind is so strong. Hopefully it's not affecting how the sound of the video, but you want the hole to be pretty deep. I usually make it as deep as I can. Like, I mean, obviously I could probably make it deeper with like, if I went to all efforts, but like that's probably, oh, how deep is that? 8 inches. So basically now I set my trap. You can stand on it, but I'm used to it. You can just push down, just open it up. Dang, the wind is so bad. Oh my gosh. Then I push it up all the way. You see how high the trap is? Well, then you pull this one up, and then you want to just slowly pull it down until it clicks. But I usually tap it until my pan or my dog is all the way against it, and I pull it all the way down. I don't know if you guys can see. Pull it really close, just so there's a hair trigger. I want it as hair as possible. But your trap wants to be, you want your dog or your pan to be pretty tight so that it doesn't just slip as soon as he steps on it. Because if it does that, they can feel it move, and so they pull away sometimes too quick, and then you obviously miss it. So I usually measure out my trap or whatever just by putting it there, and then I just dig out some, get rid of all this brush. I just dig out a pan or a trap bed so my trap fits in it. I usually put all that dirt on there. You want something that so that your trap fits in there, but you see how wobbly that is? Like my trap is literally moving all over the place. So you don't want your trap to move at all. So what you have to do is, I usually try to make sure that my bed is as level as possible. And you don't want more dirt on top of your trap as possible, so you want it as close to level with the ground as you can. And then you want to pack it down as hard as you can. You don't want to be able to push anywhere on the trap and it doesn't move. See how that doesn't move? I usually pack it down as much as possible. Let's dig out this dirt hole again because some of my dirt went in there. Okay. Then I take some of my dirt from my that I dug out and I pack it around the edges, nice and tight, to make sure this trap does not move when he steps on it. And also about the trap placement, some people put it like a fist length away, or some people do like a certain measurement. I put it right up against the hole so they have no room to get close to the hole as possible. It's all about personal preference and whatever you're used to or what you have success with. And I have had success with putting it right against the hole, and the person who taught me how to do it does it like that, and so I took his advice, and so that's how I set my traps. But I forgot. So there's a couple different pan covers you can use so that dirt doesn't go underneath your trap and it can't fire. But I usually use a screen that's square so it fits right in underneath. You don't want to just lay it on top. I usually lift this dog. Dang it, now I pulled my entire trap up. But you lift the dog, then you can slide this underneath and it fits in almost perfectly. And then you can pull your dog down and it almost fits in there perfectly, just like that. You want to pack it down, make sure everything is nice and snug and it fits perfectly. Or I have used a coffee filter. I think I have one in here. Here we go, if I can grab it. So you can also use a coffee filter, and it shows white, but like the dirt covers it so you won't be able to see it. Then I just tear a little notch in it so the pan doesn't catch on it and it fits right in. Or I also have even used, some people use like a round one. It doesn't fit into the trap as nicely, but you just lay it on top and then you sift dirt over it. And so yeah, some people use that instead. It doesn't really matter, whatever you prefer again, but whatever you're used to, whatever you have success with. But so yeah, I'm gonna pack all this dirt around this trap to make sure it does not move at all, because you don't want it to twitch when he steps on it, regardless where he steps. And you want your dog to be about at 3 o'clock away from the hole. That's usually what I do, 2 to 3 o'clock. So that you don't want it directly in front, because you don't want him to step on the dog. So you want the dog where that's the whatever that flips up when the trap fires. You don't want that to be in the least likely spot where he's gonna step, so he doesn't step on that and mess up the trap. Alrighty, so now that we got all that, we got everything covered. So basically now you're just gonna sift dirt over the top. And you want to sift it because you don't want like a twig in there, because then it'll pinch into your jaws and then your traps might not fire, or it might not fire all the way, and then the animal can pull out a lot easier, or probably won't even get caught. So you want to sift dirt over it so it's nice and fluffy dirt. This dirt's kind of wet, so it sucks, but it's better than nothing. And you know what I just realized? I am so dumb. I literally forgot to stake my trap down. Oh my gosh. That would have been so bad. I got so ahead of myself. I forgot to stake down my trap. I use double stake re-rod. Some people use like cable restraints. Some people use cable stakes. Doesn't really matter. I use re-rod because that's what I started with. And so that's just what I use. You want to stake it all the way down. And I do double stake it down, angle them so they can't pull up just straight. Now that thing is anchored and you cannot move that. Okay, so now that we got all this dirt here that we don't need, all right, now we have to reset this trap because I'm an idiot and I literally forgot how to set a trap. And I usually try to coil my chain underneath, and then this one swivel goes under my outside jaw and it helps support it so it doesn't move at all. And I just make sure everything's packed in nice and tight. Then I pack dirt outside the area like I've showed you guys, just like that. And then I'm gonna dig out this hole a little bit more, just make sure it's nice and big. Alrighty, now I want to pack everything in around the area. Then obviously, like I did before I staked it down, I'm going to sift dirt over it, make it nice and smooth. You don't want big chunks in it or anything. I'm going to just sift it over so that you don't get anything stuck in the jaws. Once you have enough or some on it, you want to kind of spread it out, even it out, obviously. Make it look nice and smooth. I obviously don't have enough yet because you can see my pan cover. Dang, I got so much crap in here. This dirt's wet too, so it sucks to sift it. But we're getting there. Alrighty. But you can see it's like mounded up over the trap, so you want to like smoothen it out over the entire trap so it doesn't like get covered. Then I try to pack it down, except for on your pan, obviously, because you pack it down on your pan, you're gonna freaking fire at the trap. Then I try to smooth it out with my hand to make everything look the same. I'm gonna sift a little bit more. You want as little dirt over the top as you can, but you also don't want your trap showing, obviously. So yeah, that's pretty much your set. And I usually try to blend it in a little bit with just this little grass and stuff. Helps blend it in. Alrighty. Take all this, make it kind of look disturbed area. You don't want anything on your pan, so that's the most likely place they'll step. Take a little bit of grass. You can take a stick as long as it's not in your trap, and you can like poke it in and angle it out so they, yeah, whatever. Alrighty, and then I'm gonna take some coyote urine, and then you just open it up, and I'm just gonna douse some behind it. Usually I would have like a bigger backing or like a piece of wood or whatever, but I think this weed line or whatever will do the damage. Will work great. Then I'm gonna take Top Dog Predator bait, and I'm just gonna take like, I have to have something bigger, like something big chunk. This stuff smells disgusting, by the way, obviously because it's freaking coyote bait. And I'm just gonna take some in there, throw it down the hole, just like that. Then I'm gonna take some Vixen Elixir. That's this stuff. Shake it up nice and good. I'm gonna take this small piece right here. Doesn't really take much because this is so strong. You can dump it on, obviously, then it'll have more smell, but like this will do the job. I stir it in there, put it in there. That didn't really get that much, so I'm gonna take this, break it off, and use a bigger stick. There we go. Alrighty. Now I got some Vixen Elixir back there. I could do another one. I don't think I will on this one though. I think we're gonna leave it just like that. And so yeah, and then I'm gonna take maybe like a corn stalk or something like that. I'm gonna wad it up I'm gonna put it right on top of my bait, so they have to kind of work for it. It helps, yeah, whatever, make them work for it. Then make sure everything's fine, hit off my hammer, and yeah, so basically that's pretty much it. Like, got all your trap, make sure nothing's on the trap or whatever, and then yeah, should be good to go. So let's get, we got 6 more traps, and we got a couple new sets that I want to try, and I'll show you guys what's happening with those. Made it to the next spot. Hopefully the wind isn't blowing everything, all my sound out of here. Hopefully you don't hear the wind too much, but so we made it to the next spot. We have a I don't know if you guys can see it, but like the weed line there, obviously you guys can see it, but and then we have the woods right there, and then right in this break there's a trail, and then right here where I am, it seems kind of far away, but it's not really that far. It's like a high point, you can't really see it in the camera, but so like this high point is, I need it for my set so that it doesn't fill up with water, the new set that I'm gonna try. And also like the high point is where they like whatever Coyote and Fox usually travel, and there's a trail here from the that weed line that I showed you, or not really a weed line, but like it's like a big I guess you could call it a small woods. It's just a place that there's usually water there, or like when it rains a lot there's like a small river or ditch, and so like the farmer doesn't farm it because he doesn't want his crops to get ruined, and so there's just like trees and grass and everything growing there. So there's a trail from that to the woods, and so basically right along that trail I'm going to make a big set that I want to try. Okay, we finished the new set, and if I'm being completely honest, it looks pretty fire. I mean, it looks pretty promising. This wind is still ripping and roaring, obviously. Here we go. So, obviously you can probably see the step now. That's the step where I have my trap. I put the dog towards the inside because that's probably the least likely spot that he's gonna step. And then I pack that thing down so it doesn't move at all. Then down in the hole I have rotten chicken, and so hopefully that's gonna work. Then I put at the top just to lure them in. I mean, obviously that's gonna start smelling, and it already smells, but I put some long distance call up top, and then I just have the big appeal of the big pile of dirt. That's gonna obviously have some appeal to it too. And so yeah, we have all this stuff here. We got the big hole done. That took me a while, actually. Probably took it like half an hour just to make this set, with all the digging and trying to make the step perfect. And yeah, but I tried to make the hole deep so it can't just jump down easily, so that he wants to use the step to make it easier. And so yeah, we got 5 more set traps. I don't know how much of that I'm going to show you guys, because obviously I just showed you guys, but I'll show you the sets and what I put on when we are at one of the last sets for today or whatever. And so today I decided to do a little bit different one. So I had the big dirt hole where I dug the big hole, and obviously put the chicken at the bottom and or whatever. And then I obviously did the normal dirt hole. I did like a lot of those. And then for the last set I decided I'm gonna try something even different. And so I decided to do this. I dug, the trap is in the middle. The trap is right here. Then I dug 1, 2, 3, 4 holes all the way around it, all angled out. So, and now I'm gonna put a lure in every single one of them. And then I read about a guy doing this. He was, the coyote comes in here and he can't see it, or the fox or whatever, can't see it from like this angle. So he has to come around and look in here, but if he wants to see it, he has to come around and look in here. So he comes in the middle and then he's looking around, he's stomping around. And the idea of this set is so that he's stepping around all over the place, then he steps on your pan. So for this one, it's for sure necessary that you like have to make sure your trap does not move at all, because he's gonna be stepping around until he steps on your pan. And then if like he steps on something and it moves all over the place, then he's obviously gonna run away. So you have to have it bedded down nice and tight. So what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna put Vixen Elixir in that one, then we're gonna put Long Distance in that one, and then the normal bait in that one. And then for the last hole, I brought that muskrat. For this one, I brought the muskrat lure. It's a little bit different, and I just want to throw some variation in it, so he has to like, he's like, oh, what's in this one? And this one's like smells completely different. It's this one. It's called Muskrat Delicious. I think it has a new name now, but it's from Hoosier Trapper Supply. And yeah, I'm gonna put one in each, some of that in each hole, and then hopefully he can, he'll be walking around looking or smelling the different scents, and obviously step on my pan. Well, it is awfully dark. Like, I mean, it's not completely dark yet. There's still like some a small sunset, but so we are checking the traps the next day, and I came to that second to last set, the set with the 4 holes around the trap, and I think I had a deer in my trap. So I'll show you guys what's going on. So like, what is that? What is that track? I can't point with my finger because I'm holding my phone, but like right there, what is that? It looks huge, but like, I'm trying to look. Is there any tracks? And then I come over here, and then there's these two long claw marks. Like right there. So it looks like I had a deer. I honestly think I had a freaking deer. And then in the trap, is there hair in it? Oh yeah, there's definitely hair in it. I think I had a deer. Oh my gosh, yeah, it definitely was a deer. There's deer tracks right there. Well, that was unexpected. There was probably, I mean, deer obviously are attracted to scents too. But, I mean, I've heard of other people catching deer as well. But, luckily he got out, because that would have sucked if I got back here and I had a freaking deer in my trap. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to this, the first ever episode on this channel. I appreciate it a lot, and hopefully there's a lot more to come. If you haven't yet, please hit the subscribe button, and hopefully we'll see you guys on the next episode.